Welcome to solverfy.
All right, let's look at the following graph. And here we're talking about an oligopolistic industry. Moreover, here we're going to assume the fixed costs are zero. Now, let's suppose that everyone in this oligopoly is able to collude successfully. What would be the price and quantity of this? Well, if they're acting like a monopolist, well, we know just by the simple fact that they are a market structure that they will want to produce whenever MR equals MC, and that's this point right here. The question is what they would charge. So if they're acting like a monopoly, and again, this comes from successfully colluding with one another, then they're going to charge the price that touches the demand curve at that quantity. So they're going to be charging here. This would be the price under collusion. And this would be the quantity under collusion. Okay, now suppose that the people or the firms in this cartel can no longer work with one another, and they start to decrease prices left and right, trying to beat them now. What would be the industry quantity and price here? Well, again, the quantity is not going to change because that is the profit maximizing quantity, right? So this is not going to change. This is going to be Q. However, the price will change. People are going to keep slicing their prices, and this is going to become very similar to a perfectly competitive market. And as we know, the perfectly competitive market is going to have that MR equals P, right? So they're going to charge exactly whenever the price equals MC, or this price right here. Okay. Now, what are the profits of the cartel? Well, if they were able to collude successfully, they would have positive profits, right? We know this. However, if they can cooperate and they start slicing prices off and competing with one another, they'll get to the point in which the profits become zero for all of them, right? So it will be very similar to a perfect competition. But we do see that prices are going to be lower if they can collude. However, the quantity will remain the same.